When two construction workers pulled back the wall of the old Sunset Theater in Lodi, California, they expected to find nothing but dust. Instead, a bright red wallet peeked out, perfectly preserved. Who did it belong to? Why was it hidden for decades? What started as routine renovation soon unraveled a mystery no one saw coming. But before we start our story, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you won't miss any new stories. For Terry Clark, owner of the Sunset Theater, surprises in the old building were nothing new. Over the years, he and his team had uncovered vintage posters and old coins beneath the candy counter. The theater, built in 1948, had a way of holding on to history. But this time was different. The workers had just pulled back a layer of sheetrock when they spotted something striking. A red object hidden deep in the wall. Its color was so vivid, it looked brand new, boldly contrasting the dusty surroundings. Upon closer inspection, it was a wallet. Not just any wallet, but one that seemed packed with character. Everyone immediately sensed there had to be a reason why it ended up behind a wall. Was it hidden on purpose? Forgotten during a renovation? Stolen, maybe? The wallet was opened with care, and inside they found a collection of crisp yet old documents, a high school photo ID, a DMV and work permit, pictures of smiling friends and family. All items pointed to someone who had lived a full life once, and perhaps forgotten all about this missing piece of their past. The name on the documents was Donna Schatz. Terry turned to Facebook to solve the mystery. Posting in a local group called "You Know You Grew Up in Lodi When," he asked if anyone recognized the name. It didn't take long. A woman commented claiming to be Donna's sister. Soon, Terry was on the phone with the wallet's owner. Now Donna Brown, her maiden name Schatz. She had long since forgotten about the red wallet, but as Terry described its contents, old memories came flooding back. She estimated she lost it around 1961 or 1962, when she was just 15. She wasn't sure of the exact date, but she clearly remembered the frustration of losing it, especially the effort it took to replace all those documents back then. Donna recalled going to the Sunset Theater with a friend that day. They were excited, dressed up, and ready for a fun outing. She didn't remember the movie they saw, but she vividly remembered the chaos that followed. At some point during the evening, she noticed her wallet was gone. She searched frantically, under the seats, in her purse, around the lobby, but it had vanished. Eventually, she gave up and went home, disheartened. Back then, losing a wallet was more than just an inconvenience. It meant going through a mountain of paperwork to replace every card, every permit. Donna's parents helped her get through it, but the incident stuck in her memory as a frustrating teenage experience. Now, more than 60 years later, her red wallet had returned from its hiding place, untouched. The items inside had somehow survived decades sealed inside a wall. Her high school photo ID looked as crisp as if it had been printed yesterday. As Terry and Donna talked more, they began to wonder, how did the wallet end up inside the wall? And why had no one ever found it until now? There were a few theories. One possibility was that someone found the wallet at the time, and instead of turning it in, shoved it into the wall, maybe out of guilt or fear. Another idea was that the wallet slipped behind a counter or into a wall cavity during construction or renovation and got sealed in unintentionally. Whatever the case, Donna wasn't upset. In fact, she was amused and a little touched that such a small part of her teenage years had resurfaced after so long. She laughed as she looked at the old photos of her friends, some of whom she hadn't seen in years. She also felt a strange sense of closure. That wallet, lost in the early 60s, had become a time capsule. It held frozen moments of a different era, one with handwritten IDs, black and white photos, and no digital backups. For Terry Clark, the whole experience was another reminder of why he loved the Sunset Theater. The building wasn't just a place to show movies. It was a container of memories, a keeper of secrets, and sometimes a bridge between the past and the present. Donna's rediscovered wallet had become more than just a curiosity. It had turned into a symbol of how history can remain hidden in the most ordinary places. Word of the find quickly spread around town. Locals were amazed by the discovery, and many began sharing their own memories of visiting the Sunset Theater over the years. Some remembered Donna from high school and even commented on the Facebook post. reminiscing about old times. Others were simply fascinated by the idea that a forgotten object could lie untouched for over half a century, only to reappear in perfect condition. For Donna, the most meaningful part was that her teenage self had been captured in that red wallet. It wasn't just about the IDs and permits. It was the photos of her friends, the glimpse into a time before adulthood had taken over. She kept the wallet, of course, and showed it to her children and grandchildren, who were stunned by how different life looked back then. Terry, meanwhile, decided to document the experience and display it at the theater. He created a small exhibit showing the wallet, photos of its contents, and the story of how it was found. It quickly became a favorite among theatergoers. People came not just for the movies, but to see the wallet and hear the story behind it. It reminded them that history is often closer than we think, that buildings, objects, and even old walls can hold on to the past in ways we rarely expect. Though the wallet mystery didn't involve crime or treasure, it told a story that resonated, of youth, memory, and the strange paths objects can take through time. It brought together a community, rekindled old friendships, and gave one woman a sweet and surprising reminder of her younger days. In the end, what started as a routine construction job turned into a heartfelt rediscovery, and all it took was one red wallet hidden in the walls of a small-town theater, waiting decades to be found.